All right, back again. And this one I had to make about, the cold approaching women. Uh, I'm really not in the PUA community. I'm not, you know, I don't really have, my only, dealings with this is to see that, most of these young men that's out here don't put themselves in a position where they're going to end up either in jail or, 10 years from now, some woman coming back and saying, you coerced me into having sex. The game is different. The marketplace is different. And so I'm going to say to young men that think, I'm making sense here. I would not worry about cold approaching women. I would not worry about that. That is, and I know you got all this testosterone. You want a woman, and I get it. I get it. But women will come if you're patient. The right woman will come, and that's one good woman is better than 1,000. Regular women. I mean, so a good woman will be able to find her way to you if you are setting yourself up to be found and setting yourself up to take care of any situation that may come along, such as a unexpected pregnancy or some type of issue that may come up and resulting in needing to tap into some funds. You're set up for that. Now I want to talk about the cold approaching, man. So what is cold approaching? Cold approaching is when you just go up to a woman, hi, how are you? My name is Steve, can I have your number, right? And some people say, do it. Some people say, do it another way. They have all different kind of versions of the cold approach, right? But what I'm saying to young men is forget the cold approach. Forget it. Don't even, instead of putting any amount of time into being with women on a mass scale, instead of doing that, focus on your financial security. Just focus just there. And when you nail down the resources, because women will always be, they're like butterflies around the flower. They're gonna, if you see nice looking flowers, you're gonna see butterflies around those flowers, right? That's how women are. They're always gonna be around the resources. If there's resources, beautiful women will be around. If so, therefore, don't chase the women, chase the resources. Once you get the resources, the women will find you because they're chasing the resources. You dig what I'm saying? Don't chase women, because if you this is my advice. You should let people that want to chase women chase women. You should want the people that want to, like this is really an important situation in life. Let them figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? Chasing women is really overrated, really highly overrated. Women are just, see, man, we've been taught as men that women are something special. You get some kind of points for sleeping with 1 to 1,000 women. You get like points, and really you don't get shit for sleeping with a bunch of women. Nothing except exposing yourself to diseases and other men's essence, because most of these women don't even know how to fully clean themselves out after having a sexual session with one man, and most of them are not making a dude suit up when he goes in. So you're just going in and absorbing the essence of another man most of the time. And I'm not saying that she just wants you to have that happen, and some of them do. Some of them just don't care, but most of them just don't know how to properly cleanse themselves after a session with each guy. See, what should happen is, let's say a woman has 2 or 3 guys that she is, which is pretty normal in today's situation. They have 2 or 3 guys that they're being sexual with, right? And those 2 or 3 guys have 2 or 3 girls that they're being sexual with, and on and on and on. So anyway, we're trading all of this bacteria between each other, right? But anyway, let's just take the girl, for example. She got the 3 guys that's being sexual with her. Not all in the same day, of course, but, maybe 2 of them a week, right? Okay, so, but she might not know, and she doesn't make anybody suit up. The smart ones will suit up, but there's some, she might say, hey, I'm not getting the sensation that I'm looking for. When you suit up, don't suit up. That's the, age old thing they may say. But what a woman should be doing is cleansing herself after every episode. She should be cleansing herself, because that guy's not suiting up and he's leaving his essence in her. And then you going right behind that guy, picking up his essence. And what happens when you pick up another man's essence, man, it makes you weaker from your own essence. It takes from you from your own essence. You can't, but the problem, here's the problem. You can't determine that. Just by looking at a female, you can't determine how she is. That's why there's some people out here saying, hey, just go out and just try to have sex with somebody as fast as you can. I'm saying I say reverse that if you want to be healthy, because you need to see how this person is living. I mean, if you value your own life, you need to see how this person is living. Now, if you don't care, you like, hey, I don't care if I die or I get AIDS or I, get some type of disease or hepatitis or whatever. Hey, knock yourself out. But if you feel like, hey, at some point I'm gonna have a future. At some point, I want to own property and be able to do some things financially for myself and my family. Going in and just trying to bag somebody on the same day, not good. Not good. Anyway, let's get back to what a woman should be doing. What a woman should be doing, because the average woman has probably got about 2 or 3 dudes that they're bagging per week, right? They got 2 or 3 and probably another 2 or 3 on call, on standby, right? That's pretty normal. So, but the problem is, you don't know when the last person last made a visit. And you don't know that person, all they did is probably wash the outside of their private area. They probably haven't done an extensive cleanse, because they should be waiting 3 days at least and doing an extensive cleanse where they're cleaning out that area, not only that area, but their whole body, because they've absorbed the essence of another man. And when you got multiple men's essence in you at the same time as a woman, it creates confusion. It creates confusion, because the essence of one man is going to tell her body to do one thing. The essence of another man is going to conflict with what was told at the first set of instructions. Now you got 2 different set of instructions that the body has to figure out what to do, which way to go. That's where confusion comes in. See, but if you give that time, now you're only getting 1 set of instructions at a time. At the cleanse, you can release those set of instructions. You can release that, and then you open for business again. You're ready to do, what you need to do again as a female. I'm not saying I'm with promiscuity, but I'm just understand the marketplace and where we're at. I'm not, I'm not saying that, this is where you should be. I wouldn't encourage no woman to be like that. I would encourage a woman to try to find a good person to be involved with, as opposed to having try to build a guy. They try to pick apart and build a guy. Instead and having 5 or 6 guys be pieces. Have a Voltron man as Dr. BOA says all the time. The Voltron man. You know what I mean? So you don't build the Voltron. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. This is my opinion. I feel like young dudes talking, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I'm just go the safer route and say at some point you may be successful. At some point you may have millions of dollars at your fingertips. Do you really want to have somebody be able to come back 10 years from now or 15 or 20 years from now, or like Cosby 60 years from now to say, he was sexually, had misconduct with me. So therefore I deserve, $3 or $4 million. You have 20 people come at you like that, all of a sudden, then you got a real problem on your hands, right? And all you want to do is just have sex, but you know what I'm saying, you got yourself in a bad situation, just like Cosby. I'm sure his intention wasn't to harm anyone. He just wanted to have sex with these women, right? But he let that cloud his judgment and make him do things that ultimately got him in real serious trouble. But now you don't even have to go that far. That's my point. You don't have to go that far no more. You can just look at Cuomo, man, in New York. Man, you can get sexual misconduct just looking at a girl and her saying, "Oh, he looked at my shirt." That's sexual misconduct. I felt threatened. This thing is getting way out here. So what I'm saying is, if you're approaching women and not if you're still doing that, you're in the dark ages, man. What you need to be doing is chasing the resources, because once you show that you have resources under your control, and you're able to do and move the way you want to move, women will find you. Women that understand a guy that's in that situation, they'll they not women, that's about the streets. Women about the streets don't understand what a real 6-figure dude got to deal with. They don't understand what making when you got all those resources that you got to keep track of and everything. They don't understand that. They think everybody's like their daddy and they just gonna just bend over every time they ask for something. They just could get it. They don't understand. You want somebody who got one of my contributors on my on our podcast. He's coming on later on this week, Brother Terrell. He has a saying, relationship intelligence. You got to have some relationship intelligence. You got to have a woman that has relationship intelligence. She can understand what's the type of situation she's involved with. But anyway, I'm going off on all these tangents. Let me come back to you cold approaching women. Absolutely forbid it. Don't do it. If you listen to me, you'll be smart. You'll be rich and famous. But if you don't listen to me, man, you will be broke and sad, and you'll come back to me. You'll come back and listen to this in a few years and say, man, why didn't I listen to that guy? He told me exactly where the bear traps was, and I didn't listen, and I ended up got my foot caught in the bear trap. And that's exactly what's going to happen, man. You don't want that. What you want is to be able to move out here and move and have a good life. You don't need a woman to have a good life. You don't need a woman to have a good life. We would like that. That's what we would like, but you don't have to have that. But regardless to that, just get the resources. Women will find you. Women will find you, and they will. Most likely, those kind of women will submit to, because they have a better understanding of how what is all involved with being in a relationship with a guy that's making that kind of money and has that kind of control of resources. So I'm not putting nobody down. I mean, everybody got their hustle. I'm just talking to the guys that want to approach things from a safer standpoint. You know what I mean? I don't think that cold approaching women is even safe in today's marketplace. It's just not safe. You can go up to a woman and say, "Can I have your number?" A woman could be like, "Oh my God, you made me so afraid," and go call a cop or something, man. And you could just, I'm telling you, man, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Or she could just keep it on her sleeve, find out that, on Facebook that you invested in some tech stocks and you became a millionaire. And then now all of a sudden she comes out saying, yeah, he tried to get my clothes off, 10 years ago. Of course, after she's banged up against the wall, but she'll say, "Oh, you tried to get her clothes off." See, I'm just saying, man, protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times, man. Protect yourself at all times. If you're having sex with women that don't have your last name, you need to be protecting yourself at all times. Period. The end. You should never be having sex with a woman without a condom unless she has your last name. And even then, if everybody's agreed to not have children, you should be protecting yourself. You should protect yourself at all times. All times. Anyway, that's my video for today, man. Don't cold approach anymore. Let the women cold approach you, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the resources. Let guys who got time to go out on dates and shit, let them go out on dates. You figure out, man, I need to do this, I need to do that. And then the women will ask you out on dates, bro. You want to go listen to some music or something, go do that. But you live your life. Women will ask you out on dates. You know what I mean? And if they don't, they don't. So what? F them. So what? You know what I mean? There's many other things you could do besides women. You could pray, eat, sleep. You could read. You can spend time doing with your family. You can do all kind of different stuff, man. Women are just an option, and they're only a good option if they're good. If they're not good, man, there's nothing like a woman that's not good. It's either good, they're either good for you or they're not. You know what I mean? You either find out up front or you find out later down the line, but either they're good for you or they're not. And so, anyway, young guys, no more cold approaching. You got to get a new paradigm, new dynamic on how you interact with women. You got to look at them as just people, and they're not nothing special because they got a vagina. Even they will tell you that, right? The women's empowerment movement says they're equal, so they should not be considered as anything special or out of the ordinary. They just a person. They fart, they dig in their nose, they get toilet paper stuck on their butt just like everybody else. So look at them as a real person and don't hype yourself like, oh my God, I'm talking to a woman. They're just regular people. But be safe out there, gentlemen. Yeah, be safe and never be the aggressor. Peace.